All right, what's going on, folks? We're here with another review for GameSphere, and we are looking at the game As Dusk Falls. So, for those that don't know how this review system works, we have 5 categories, 10 points apiece. You can convert that to whatever random system you want, 100.5 stars. So, and those 5 categories are graphics, sound, controls, story, and value. So the first one we're going to roll into is graphics. Now, As Dusk Falls is a motion comic style of graphics. The characters move in a panel by panel kind of way. The artwork can be best described as a motion comic with a watercolor painting vibe as far as how the characters move and the overall design and stuff. The character design and artwork kind of reminds me of the Ashley Woods artwork from the Metal Gear Acid games, or the comics, or the motion comic that was available on the PSP. The overall art style will either be something people love or totally hate. Personally, for me, I'm an Ashley Woods fan, so I like the art style because of the Metal Gear connection, that kind of vibe that I get from the artwork. So this gets a 7 out of 10, mostly just because of that love it or hate it kind of mentality that some people will have for it. Next up, we have sound. The voice acting carries this game. Each character has the right kind of line delivery, unique mannerisms in their speech, which help make these characters feel more authentic and alive. So what I mean by that is, as an example, one character has a very calm and kind of slow, methodical way of speaking, while another has a very twitchy speech pattern that can be mostly tied into his nervousness for the current situation. Musically, it's a very 90s game, but that's kind of the point. It's based in 1998, so that tends to help the overall feel of the game, but that also plays into the story. Honestly, if it was my take on the sound, is nothing is missed, everything is awesome, they nail everything, the sound cements this game. So 10 out of 10. Controls are going to be one of those very similar things to the graphics. You're either going to love or hate these controls. Controls are QTE, QuickTime events, dialogue choices, and button prompts. So if you've played a David Cage, a TellTale, or a similar style game, then you kind of get the gameplay. But what is unique is there's a multiplayer mode that allows you to have up to 7 friends, and you can kind of do like those Twitch plays and make decisions with friends, and they have invite codes and all that kind of stuff. So that does add a unique flavor to it. So for the gameplay, there's not really a lot to say. So what there is, the controls are adequate, but if you're not a QTE David Cage kind of fan, this is going to not be your cup of tea. So 7 out of 10. Next up, we have story. This game nails its story. From its branching narrative with different end states, you feel for each character and the position they're in. The story is told in a very episodic way. You'll take control of different characters at different times throughout the story, but at different points of view. You're given a lot of backstory to each of these characters so that you get to know and understand their motivations and the feel for where they're coming from. So the story and the aesthetic and everything else plays into the end state of the game, and each one of those decisions are different. The different end states are amazing. You can have a lot of variations into the overall end of the game, and that is something that I think this is one of those games that you experience the story, and that is the best selling point I can give it. Like, there's nothing higher I can say about it. So the story, along with the sound, just like the sound, nails it. So next up, we have value. Now this one's a bit tricky. To buy it outright, say on Steam, it is $29.99, or you can get it on Game Pass. And well, we all know how often there are deals on Game Pass. So with this being a kind of a narrative focused game, value is going to be kind of totally subjective. As a $29.99 one-time experience, which is how I prefer to play these David Cage TellTale style games, you're looking at maybe about 6.5, 7 hours for that one-time experience. Or probably a bit high for most people. However, if you have Xbox Game Pass, this is a heck of a deal, as there is always deals for signing up for Game Pass. This also is, I believe it's called Play Anywhere, Xbox Play Anywhere. I can't remember the exact name for it. So if you have it in that very specific area, is kind of where I'm viewing it. As a one-time purchase of $29.99, and that one play is that one experience, and you don't go back and play it, $30 is kind of high. However, if that's how you like to experience these games, then Totally worth it just for the story and the sound. However, if you have a Game Pass already, or you get a deal on Game Pass, because this is available on Game Pass, this is a heck of a deal. However, the value, because of it so being situational, I'm only giving it a 6 out of 10, just because of that. Only because the $29.99 price for an outright purchase is a bit high, but it's a heck of a deal if you get it on Game Pass. So the value is going to be a 6 out of 10 because those kind of subjective nature and that narrow focus where it ends. So we have a final score of 40 out of 50. If you're looking for a unique narrative experience with a unique way of telling its story and characters you can relate to and understand, then this is a no-brainer outright purchase for people like me. If that isn't your normal cup of tea, though, I would kind of say try this on Game Pass or whatnot, to avoid the sticker shock of the $30 price tag and that lower cost that Game Pass can offer. If you're willing to explore different genres, this is a heck of an experience to try. So there you folks go. A 40 out of 50 for As Dusk Falls. How do you guys like your games? Do you like story-based narratives, or do you like more action-oriented stuff? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode and review for GameSphere.